YouTube. I'm Dustin, and my channel is called The Audio Opinator. I want to take a moment to talk about why I chose that name, and I'm going to talk about some speakers I have in house today, and I'm also going to talk a little bit about community and what it can mean to you and how it can help you in your audio journey. So I chose the name Audio Opinator. It was kind of just came out of an inside joke at some Discord I'm on, where we had some members that said they'd opine about something, and somebody else hadn't heard anybody use that term, and so, which is easy. It's kind of not very common. So we thought it was funny, and we had a moment, and I just happened to get in the mood to make a channel around that time, so here I am. But I kind of like it because I want to make sure everybody understands that I am just sharing my thoughts, right? And it's not facts. It's just a guy who heard something, right, or saw something. Worst thing I think I could do is to give something a negative light, and I don't want to do that. I know people work hard to make these, put a lot of pride in them, and jobs are involved. So I don't want to, cost anybody anything. So keep in mind that this is just my thoughts. But back on community, another thing is that I want to impress on everybody who's getting involved in audio to, you may have some stores around that you can go visit and hear things. That's always great. The people that work in the stores are often very knowledgeable and happy to talk about audio, so I encourage your retail visits. But also participation online in different places. I'm not going to recommend anywhere, but just find a good place that you feel like you fit in. Hopefully it's a welcoming place. I think that's important when people start, is to find a good place to feel like they can ask questions and not worry about being wrong. So I have a Discord. I try and make our environment very friendly and uplifting. So if you're that type of person, I'd love to have you visit and hang out and see if you want to talk. We talk about audio all the time. And with that, when you start doing that, I also encourage people to go join local audio clubs and participate in real life at audio events. I'm lucky to live in Portland, Oregon, and we have an audio club thanks to Oregon Triad Society that they try and host topics every month. There they have manufacturers in to talk about their products, and people with their own home builds, they bring those in. There's a lot of stuff. You can learn a lot. But you also learn about local people in your area that are into what you're into. And hanging out and listening to music with people who love music is great. It's kind of the reason I do this. I like to listen to music with people. I grew up in the MTV generation, and we watched videos and we listened to music and had a good time and had fun. So I still like to do that. I think more people should. And keeping along that line, I have, because of my community contacts, I have met many people, but one of them has a review channel as well, and he has some speakers in. I'll link his channel in there. I recommend it highly, ABX Audiophiles. So he is out of town and he can't do these reviews, so while he's out of town, he figures, to me, I can get some exposure to it. I know I'm tiny and I'm just starting out, but it's very nice of him to do that for me. That's the kind of people you meet when you go out in the audio and community. I think it's almost everybody I've met has been very passionate and just open and loving music. It brings us all together. So these are what I have from James. This is a Radiant. It's a Clarity 6.2. It uses an AMT tweeter with a 6.5 inch Purify woofer. On each side, there's a passive radiator. Around the back, you see it's a very clean presentation. This is one thing to note is this is bananas only. So you're getting into some of these, plan on that. I can see the positive of this from a design standpoint, because a lot of times speakers fall and those posts get broken all the time. I mean, it's just too hard to not. It's kind of a design thing that we all put up with to be flexible with different connections. But that's a good idea. But just note that. We also have the Atome GT1. This is from France, and this one has a silk dome tweeter and a 6.5 inch woofer. This is a ported on the bottom. Oh, well, while we're here mentioning it, this is sealed, of course, since it's passive radiators. This is ported on the bottom for a little extra extension on the base, and then you have next to that, and on the back of that one, you have more of a standard presentation, but also you'll see there's a knob here, and this is a 3-position knob, and it kind of acts like a how strong your tweeter is, so it's adjustable. All right, and then you go with the standard 5-way posts. They're actually pretty nice. I mean, they are very nice. All right, and then next we go to the Zoo Audios. Zoo's out of Utah. Oh, sorry. Atome is French. And then Atome is French, and this is Zoo Audio from Utah. This model is called the Methods bookshelves, and this is a 2-way as well, and ported, a very large port on the front, right? Everybody see that. But the good thing about a front port is that you can move them closer to the wall, so keep that in mind. Same with this lower one. You don't have to bring it out as much. None of these are back ported. And you'll notice that, all right, so if this is a port, that just leaves you one speaker, but inside this speaker is a tweeter. So there's a tweeter inside the woofer, and what that does for you is give you some great sound, because often if your speakers are separated, it brings separation to the sound. And it's a 2-way speaker with the woofer, 8-inch woofer, so it's the largest of the 3. And then you have a coaxial tweeter built in there to have a 2-way sound. Great sound on these. Well, great sound on all these. But the special thing about if you pick this one is that you will get to hear the coaxial sound. It's kind of an interesting sound. And around back you got the standard 5-way terminals like the Atomes, and these appear to be either silver or rhodium, so that's nice. These as well are quite nice. All right. So yeah, get out there, whether on the internet or in real life, hopefully both, and meet people and talk about what you like. Another great piece of advice I can give new people is just keep an open mind. A lot of the times we see people coming in and very smart people, and they're used to being very good at being right. If you're like that, I respects you. You're probably right. And a lot of people are, you know what you like and you can find it. But I highly recommend you listen to all kinds of music to see maybe there's something out there you're missing, right? So, all right. That's about all I have for today. Look forward to putting out some more individual videos on all 3 of these speakers. They're all quite nice in each of their own ways.